Hello. Okay, it's a pleasure to have you here. Sorry, I see I've missed some messages. Aussie boy, nice to see you in Telescope. Hey. Ah, that's very nice of you, Uranium and Aussie boy, and Jan, hello, and Mate, Undertale. Okay, this is very cool. So there is much to do. I always feel that there's much to do, but I at some point wrote a roadmap post. Hugh, good to see you. So basically, we're well into our roadmap for releasing Nuxt version 4 this month. And here are the things that we're hoping to do. So we particularly need to work on the upgrade guide, particularly for module authors. And we also want to see if we can help migrate some community modules already for Nuxt 4. So I want to try and do some migration of Nuxt modules. And I will hopefully edit this document to make sure we're sort of up to date. Now, some of these things have been done, and some of them not yet. So last time we spent some time looking at the separate type context issue here, and I might pick that up if we get a chance. Martins, good to see you. And you've appeared in 2 places. So yeah, well, good to see you. Camel Chris, nice to see you too. I can't see your name without thinking of Half Asleep Chris, mind you, who is the producer of amazing YouTube videos. Right, so what are we looking at? So one, I have a couple of PRs that are hanging around that I hope are going to improve performance for the dev server. So there's this one which uses the socket for making connections. What's failing there? Oh, it's an unused export. And this one uses an internal socket within Nuxt for vNode rather than a network connection. So it should make things much faster. In doing some stress tests locally, I got things for like 1,000, what was it? My tests were, let's see. I moved it down from 4 seconds to 2.5 seconds to do a lot of requests, so 5,000 requests. So to be fair, this is not likely to be something that affects a lot of people, but it should still make a difference, right? So this was a really nice result, and I hope that will be good. But the tricky thing is migrating from network to port isn't as straightforward because Nuxt needs to support older versions of Nuxt, even ones that don't use a socket internally. So I think we only want the new behavior if users have the right version of Nuxt, because otherwise it will make things a little bit less performant because it will have a double hop required. So that's what I'm a bit worried about. Now, naturally, the moment I start talking and the moment I start wanting to type, the cat appears. So I don't know if you can hear her, but she is mewing. Yes. What is it? Here she is. She is she's a total pain. Very sweet, but a total pain. Right, so we have to do some stuff. And I think maybe so all of these things, type contexts, that will be a very big win for user experience. Having said that, we merged a PR into Nitro, which we'll need in order to implement the feature, but I'm pretty sure it hasn't been released. So we have this tsconfig, so it's possible to extend the types, we need that, but it's not released, and we really need that before we can properly solve that. So we'll defer that for a moment. The sockets, we might be able to at least create to do some of that work today, but that actually doesn't delay the release of Nuxt 4. The thing that would probably be most helpful is if we do some work on the modules ecosystem. And so we have our ecosystem CI, which I'm going to trigger now against the current main branch, just to see how many of these tests are passing against the current version 4 alpha. And quite a lot of them are failing, just for what it's worth. I'm expecting them to fail. And those will highlight issues that we need to solve or migrations that we need to do. So, Smirk, nice to see you. And Daniel, yes, you found what bug did you find? Is it in the Nuxt project? Well, I know you're working with Next.js at the moment, so it might be that. I'm not totally sure. But yeah, we're going to handle some modules and see what we can do. And the other thing is, particularly if anyone has done any migration already to Nuxt 4 alpha or via a module, then I would love your input, because we need to write a migration guide for other authors who are looking to migrate. Hey, Matteo, nice to see you. And I can't believe you didn't come to brunch in Amsterdam. You know, all of that. But next time for sure. Yes, so there are a couple of options of things to do. Yeah, Nuxt 6. I might just go straight for Nuxt 6, right? We might just move our minor releases to major ones. Who knows? Okay, Barley, are you going to let me type or not? Do I need to do more petting? I might need to do more petting. Okay. A promise wasn't awaited. That sounds like a song or a poem. A promise wasn't awaited. The type was wrong. I feel drama is involved in that particular sentence. Okay. You're going there. I'm going to open the door so you can escape if she's gone. And oh, look at all of these little X's. Great. And there's also another problem with the ecosystem CI, which maybe also is occurring here. I don't know why it happened. I think it might maybe to do with an upgrade that I performed. But what's happening is that we're installing dependencies in our workspace, but it's not installing the workspace dependency. It's still somehow dependent on the parent. I'll show you what it does. So basically, if I run this, it's going to try and at the moment I made a change, I think. Oh no. So I think it's going to that's working, but that might be because I have a cloned version locally. Let me try that once more. By the way, I apologize in advance if I'm slightly distracted. This is something I'm aware of. Okay, this is working now. Oh no, we still have ignore workspace. So ignore workspace fixes this problem, but it only fixes the problem for the child. I think somehow we need a workspace path which is not okay, let's try this. Do we have standard env? Great. So we're going to see if, we have isCI, great. Okay, workspace path, and we'll say, isCI, we'll do OS, come on, OS, let's try that, import OS from Node.os, thanks. OS tempter, so path resolve, OS tempter, workspace, so I think that might work. Let's just see if I can try this. Okay, so that's going to stick it into a temp directory. Q, what was unexpected? And Ponky, nice to see you. So this is, I gave a little bit of context, but not a huge amount. So this is a we're working on Nuxt 4, and so we're going to try and solve some ecosystem failures for Nuxt 4 in terms of modules and migrate them over to support it. In order to do that, we first need to get ecosystem CI running because there's currently a little breakage in it. And I'm working on that right now. So hopefully this is going to be a more appropriate solution. So fix install workspace dependencies temp directory. Okay. Oh, failed to detect package manager. Okay, failed to detect package manager. That's happening. Oh, this is fine. This is because, let's just try that. This is because yeah, failed to detect the package manager because there is no lock file in this particular suite. So we don't need to worry about that. And I almost need like a specific, so that's presumably, it's going to work fine. But we almost need to sort of add a specific, we almost need agent. Yeah. So we'll just, in here, we'll just need to set agent pnpm. And that should actually probably resolve it. So yeah, I was typing as we did that. So just one more time, test run suites starter. You can hear the voice. Yes. Why? This should only happen if there's no agent. She does demand attention constantly. Oh, this is for apply package overrides. Okay, this is run in repo. Interesting. And the thing that's breaking is this. So ideally, our apply package overrides thing needs to know that we can. So at this point we have options. So we'll do something like options agent, and we'll pull this in here and basically say agent and then we'll just only go away. We'll only set it if it doesn't exist. Let's try that one more time. Cool. Great. And so we now should be able to remove, if I didn't already do it, we should not need the ignore workspace. So that should work fine. Good. Cool. Okay, so I think that should solve the issues in CI, in ecosystem CI. Let's just try that. Pain, isn't it? Okay, so I'm going to run selected for the starter. And I think there were two others that were failing because they had workspaces of their own. So they were, which one is this? That is this one I've just executed. They are this portfolio, and it's failing because of the ignore workspace, I think. Oh no, it's, possibly failing because of the node version. And this one is failing because of, yeah, because it was a workspace. So let's try that again. We'll run CLI and see whether that works. I guess I could also just run this locally, right? Yeah, that's working much better. So I'll fire those up just so we can see them. If those run fine, I guess they probably will. I'll just trigger off one more. So we've got all of our options passing hopefully on the main branch, and then we can rerun our hey, good to see you, Mr. Lopez. And Tina, nice to see you, it's been a while. Right, great, so this passed. That's presumably the starter. Yeah, expecting that. This one is the CLI. Also expecting that to pass because we just ran it locally and it was fine. And finally, there'll be Antoine Zanardi's portfolio, which we also want to pass, of course. Cool. This is one of my Ask Me Anything questions. I have to respond and answer. Who are you? Oh, hello. I will. One of the worst things is the fact that they're anonymous. I can't respond. I want to respond to half of the things I get. Obviously, I can respond. I just have to do it publicly. Okay, so. Okay, great. So this is the CLI. Good. And we just need this one to pass too. Oh no, it failed. But maybe it failed. I think it's failing for a node version. Is there a way I can ignore that? Ignore engines. Okay, we'll try that. So is that already specified? No, so we'll just say ignore engines. Okay, let's try that. Hopefully that will solve it. We'll try that one more time. Rahul, nice to see you. You know, one of my best friends for a while as a kid was named Rahul, and we fell out of contact. And I have because I was a kid, I don't even know his last name. And I would have loved to. Like we were best friends on a summer camp that we went to, like mathematical reasoning. And, you know, who knows, maybe one day I'll bump into him again. But, yeah. That's a lot of failures. And I'm very much hoping it is mostly due to this issue we just fixed. well, we might as well dive into them and just confirm whether that's the case. Okay, so nuxt content seems to have an issue at the level of not able to load Nuxt UI Pro. Interesting. Maybe there's a problem with Nuxt UI Pro, and let's see if Nuxt UI has a problem as well. Can't load Nuxt UI. Is it installed? Image. Can't load Nuxt image. Okay, this might be something to do with the installation step. I'm very much hoping that's the case, but it might also be something to do with, well, let's just let's just wait for this to finish. Okay, that looks very promising. So no, it didn't work. What broke? What broke? It's still throwing an error for the installation. Unknown option, install, ignore engines. Okay, ignore engines, pnpm. Tests everywhere, yeah. Nuxt programmatically. Yeah, you can use Nuxt programmatically. Like, what is the example you want to solve? Like, what is the engine strict? Haha. Regardless of this configuration, if a project specifies an incompatible version in its engines field, I think we just cannot run this test. So we have to remove ignore engines because it's not valid. And I think we just need to remove the portfolio, because actually I think this is, okay. I'm going to just, so it's very specific. It requires node 23, like above. So I'll just create an issue and disable it for now. We are actually Larry, nice to see you. We're specifically setting the node version here to the LTS version. So it's node 22. Sure, disable for now. So when you say using Nuxt programmatically, are you talking about running the dev and build server programmatically, or are you talking about like in production running Nuxt programmatically? We have to show him the example here, I think. Okay. Okay, we're going to ignore that for now. And let's see how things are faring on our full CI. So if I just run it against the main Nuxt, latest Nitro. You say you guessed the former, but I've forgotten which order I gave them in. So if you can let me know, that would be great. The problem, Daniel, is that when I checked the documentation here, it said that PNPM does allow you to configure it, but not if the project specifies it. So let's see if I can search engines. So you can set engine strict to false, but regardless of this configuration, installation will always fail if a project specifies an incompatible version. So that seems to me that this is fine for dependencies, but as then it will override them, but it will not allow you to clone and run a project that has an incompatible version. So it feels like that is not. But yeah, we can link it in the thing, in the issue. Okay, so I'm expecting this to be failing, except for very few things, and then we're going to start working through those. Hey, Ballant, nice to see you. So last time content in UI failed to install, I think, or they couldn't find the installed version of the module. So which is why like the UI was failing, because it itself requires the module that it's in. Bridge, we are expecting to fail. It's been failing for a while, and we probably need to resolve that at some point. The module builder, okay, if the module builder fails, we probably need to, that's maybe one to migrate first. And actually that's not a failure, that's just a slight difference in, that's expected. Okay, so that's a change in the types of use fetch, which is a known change in nuxt 3 to nuxt 4. We might see how we can resolve that. In other words, make the test pass just to ensure that we. So we'll run the module builder test and see what we need to do to change it. I think it would be very straightforward. So the thing to do, if you want to write Nuxt module, is first write. So clone the module template, and then in the playground, build a project that uses your integration. So use Castle in this case. And then what you need to do is systematically move code out of your playground and into the module so that no configuration is needed other than adding the module. And then you've done it, basically. Okay, running the dev server from a custom CLI. Yeah, you can do that. Now, this is actually something that you might, that I was chatting, this is something else we could do, but there is this project, which is from the people at Nuxt Labs, and it is doing the same thing. So it has a CLI, it wraps things around. Now, I personally don't advise doing the CLI in this way, and I'm chatting with them about maybe changing how it works. So we're going to add some functionality to Nuxt CLI so that you don't have to do this. And so maybe that's something we can do today. But you can follow that as an example and also follow any changes that they make, which I hope they will do shortly. Okay, so a lot more stuff is passing than was passing before with the broken config, but plenty of stuff isn't working. Now some of this would probably be types, like the module builder thing here, but some of it might also be more significant. So in this case, let's open up our workspace for module builder. And let's just see. So this already has the like pinned versions of a lot of things to force us to use the latest one. And we are going to try our test suite. So basically we have this or null somewhere in a yeah. So I think what we will probably do is say, we'll specify this. So we're basically saying it has to match a snapshot. And so I think I'll probably just have to hoist this out, okay? I think it seems like only one test is failing. And so instead what we'll say is to match snapshot, and then we are going to pop it in here. Let's try that. And basically we'll pull in, there's a kit package called nuxt major, is nuxt major version 3. So we're going to expect that to equal that, else we're going to expect it to equal the version 4. That should hopefully allow us to, let's try it one more time. Michelle, nice to see you. Test, oops. Next instance is unavailable. Oh, yeah. That's because we're not actually, oh no, we shouldn't be doing that. We should be instead, okay, build. We should have const version equals use test context. This comes from nuxt test util. Oh no, we're not even using nuxt test utils, are we? No, we're just directly running nuxt. So we basically have, how are we doing that? Oh, I'm being so silly. Okay, so we basically just need to import our nuxt version. So package.json and say version. So cool. And we probably have semver. So if satisfies, now that is version and range. So we'll basically say nuxt version 3. And we'll run an else if 4. Let's try that one more time. Esteban, nice to see you. I keep on missing your stream. You stream, I think, in the evenings from my point of view. Just out of range. So I check Blue Sky and then like, oh no, he was streaming. Cool. It's a good time though. Like it all depends on, okay, perfect. So we have got a snapshot passing. So let's just say test add snapshots for v3 and v4. And I'm going to just remove that because I think I want it to fail if, like I don't want it to just pass this. It needs to specifically hit one of them. Or maybe we could do, well, yeah, that's fine, right? Oops. What's that? Oh, commit. Under last commit. Seems to me like, what did I do? Component file. Oh. Seems fine. What did build spec? Not sure why that's there, but we definitely want use wrapped fetch to go. So we don't need it anymore in the snapshots. Let's just run the test one more time. Julian, nice to see you. Oh, the problem is to match inline snapshot. That's what it is. And there might also be some more quotes that are required. We'll see. How are we doing? Okay, so stuff's failing. I'm guessing mostly types, but we'll have to see that in a second. Yeah, it needs quotes. Let's just update that. To give us a template for the other one. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this and pop it up here and update that to be null. And there we go. So cool. We'll have to lint that. And then run the test one more time. And then we should be good. Perfect. Okay, push that up. Hopefully, ooh. So we'll just pull up the module builder repo to confirm that that's passing there, but I think that should be good. We should now be able to rerun this test without failures. No, I haven't been having problems with VS Code, interestingly. I'm not sure why, but... Hey, so... Okay, what's next? Let's try test utils. That will be required by a lot of modules, so if that's not working, we have trouble. And there are actually a couple of issues with test utils. Jess Sachs just reported that. Okay, this is expected. So this is actually a good result. So in this case, test utils is starting to correctly name the stub. And that's a breaking fix in nuxt 4 because now your component name is different. It's named what you would expect it to be. So that is a good thing, but it is making the snapshot fail. So, oh well. What's going with Historon? Why is it taking so long? Cannot find module TypeScript. Okay, this is a hanging failure, so I'll just cancel it. We'll run the module builder first. Okay, one by one. The problem with things like that are failing because of fixes, it makes it hard to get an accurate view of what is working or not. Because this one is a DevTools build. Is this really related to... Very weird. We'll have to check that. How fonts. Oh, we'll rerun module builder. Because I like green things. Shabazz, nice to see you. Okay, what did I say? Fonts. Okay, this looks like more of a bigger deal. We're totally missing some stuff. So let's see what's going on with Nuxt fonts. I'll start with the workspace. No, I don't think you did. Where are you heading? Is it public yet, or still? Scalingo. Cool, congratulations. Yeah, nice. So, yeah, that's the one we were just on. Presumably it's running. Okay. Okay, we have fonts, which we're looking at right now. Scripts, what is going on there? Cannot read properties of undefined reading app. Interesting. Okay, we'll check that in a second. Here we have some stuff mismatching. So I wonder why that could be. Let's try our fonts workspace and what could the issue be? So we have, what's the failure? The failure is in basic. And not just basic, but it is definitely in basic. So we have globally registered fonts not working. Thank you, Julian. Yeah, you don't need to be afraid of Nuxt 4. Okay, so vtest builds playgrounds basic. Not vtest Nuxt. Okay, what might it be? It might be something to do with like the folder, like the public folder, or what else might be? Well, now that seems expected. So we are, if we have a look at our basic output, public, we still have our fonts. So if we're looking at our CSS, yeah, it's using relative paths. So maybe it's something to do with the test utils. So let's just see if I can reproduce that. So if we have our basic test and we're getting, okay, this is failing for, okay, it's passing for, wait a second, it's passing for some of them. The custom base URL, maybe. So let's try that. So we have our custom base URL somewhere here. Oh, it's base URL test. Cool. So foo providers, and let's just expect fetch foo providers Google, expect HTML to match, try that. Okay, we just want to get something we can have a look at. So vtest run base URL. Wait, that's not the thing that was failing. It was the font URLs. Anyway, this will be fine. This one. But actually, that's fine. It's the same thing because we're going to get in our HTML and we'll be able to have a look. So it might be something like this is, well, we'll see. Okay, so we have our HTML file. I'm going to mark this as HTML, and then I'm going to format it, please. And now we're looking for our CSS links. So we have here this nuxt entry. So I guess I want to just move this down. So we're going to fetch the Google provider, pull out the CSS link and fetch it, and say expect CSS link to match inline snapshot, and then the CSS is that, and then expect CSS to match snapshot Google CSS. Cool. So I think that will give us some woof, nice to see you. And yes, Tina. Version 5. I actually probably should just get it set up so at least it's accepted. The problem is it will do nothing with the 4 alpha because there isn't anything there yet. But okay, so we have, why don't we have anything? Okay, so we have our entry. Yeah, we have our Google CSS. Perfect. Okay, ooh, interesting. So it's pulling out URL. Ah. The issue is that not everyone is. Okay. Interesting. But obviously all the other ones are. So we have only this font global, which is actually probably correct because it doesn't exist. So probably is correct. So the question is, why was that not being produced before? So I'm just going to load up and run the same test suite. I'm just going to grab this and pop it in base URL. And paste that there. And so hopefully we should now just have a very straightforward that. Okay. Just to compare, see what's going on. Tests, exactly. Tests are so good. I love it. I love it when they fail. I mean, I love it when they pass even more, but when they fail, it means it was a working test. It found a problem. Like, that's the purpose for which the test is invented. It's a problem when you have tests that fail when there actually isn't a bug. Like that is a problem, and that occurs a lot of times. Martin, hello. So that's what you want to watch out for, I think. Okay, so we have our CSS. Now in here, we obviously don't have global. Interesting. So I think it's something like, it'll be the change in CSS inlining probably, that we don't inline global CSS. So, okay, so this is not a problem either. This is desirable. So basically we're not inlining it, we're not inlining as many styles as before because we're only inlining styles for view components. There's going to be fewer styles, and yeah, fewer styles, and that's fine. So we're just going to update this, or URL includes our global. So that's fine. That's fine. And our global is custom font. No, font global. Great. So I think we can now, wait a second, is this, which branch is this? No, this is the, it doesn't matter. So we want that, and we'll explain why. Global font in CSS. And just to confirm that this is the case, for the reason why it is the case, I'm going to just change our option here. So it features inline styles, and we'll just do, we always want to inline them. That was the default in nuxt 3. And if we run that test, that should work now, because that should be the reason why it's now in the CSS, because it's not inlined. I don't, Samir, I am not sure yet when I'm going to come back. I would love to come back. If you see any good reasons for me to come, let me know. I'd love to be heading back that way. So we'll just confirm if this passes, then this is just for that reason, as I expect, and it's something we can ignore in our test suite. Cranberry wine, welcome. I don't think we've chatted before, but it's really glad. Yeah, it's passing. So that confirms what the issue was, and we can safely and happily ignore it. So we'll just push that up. Test. Allow for global font to be aligned. V4. Cool. Drop those. And push. And, oh, for goodness sake, why does it always ask? This is because Ecosystem CI, for what it's worth, doesn't clone with SSH, it clones with just HTTP. So, okay, let's drop all of that. And we rerun module builder. Attempt 2 failed. We're going to rerun fonts while we investigate why the module builder failed. Oh no, it did pass. It passed. Oh, it's just the overall workflow failed. Good. So more green is occurring. So we have fonts which should hopefully be greenish. Yes, I would love to come to Italy as well. Do I have plans? Well, there used to be View Day in Verona, which was great. Really enjoyed coming. And I think the team that used to put that on isn't currently running it. So if you know of any other conferences or something that I should get in contact with, let me know, because I would, love to. Love to come. Okay, so fonts is rerunning. Now scripts also failed. And I think test utils might have failed too, but I can check that out in a second. So let's try image. Okay, so image is, yeah, that's true. I forgot, but we did indeed. Okay, so this is, here are our logs. What failed? Okay, some runtime config types. So this is probably something to do with the fact that we moved from, well, it might be is type changes basically. So let's open our ecosystem CI one more time, and let's run against image and see what's going on. By the way, this should reassure you, these are generally very, very straightforward changes. They're just a pain to do, but everything is working. It's just we need to systematically go through them. At the moment, I'm using Firefox. So here is my users configuration. And I think my monitor should be there as well. Yeah, an LG Ultrafine. Yes, it is updated. I got a bit, it was a bit bad, this. But there is more to update. Interestingly, since I'm migrating to Cloudflare Workers, there is no, now this is just a thing where I just cannot understand it. There is no way to trigger a rebuild. So in Cloudflare Workers, you have, so yeah, I migrated to Workers because I wanted to do stuff like durable objects, and I need to get that working. I think I need to wait for Nitro 3 before I can use WebSockets for what I want. But yeah, I wanted to migrate to durable workers and to workers, and at the moment, I previously with Pages, I had a webhook to trigger rebuilds when things changed on the site. But webhook with workers, you can't trigger a rebuild, which is crazy to me. It seems like a very, very simple thing to want to do. Ooh, this failed. Lint. Hate it. Okay. I thought I ran lint fix, but maybe not. Oh, good. Are you doing the same thing? Okay, so it's not lint. It's knip. Oh, Semver. Okay, what am I looking at the moment? I'm looking at image. So, which it failed. We are expecting it, and it's failing for some type reasons. So let's investigate. Why is that failing? So I'm guessing that, is that happening when I run a type test? Yeah, it's so good. It's really, yeah, it's great. It's really tiny. Like it's not a big thing. Now this is this the same issue? Okay, let's see which one is failing. Okay, that's failing. What about the playground? Fine, and example. Exactly. Oh, brilliant. I'm really delighted to hear that, Gabriel. Okay, so those are fine. It's these that are failing. So what is our root TS config? It's extending from here. And we should have a prepare step here, dev prepare. So does that make a difference?